Hi everybody, it's Amy Cudmore today for Wellness Wednesday, where our college student life is so excited to bring you another episode of Healthy Living Bite-Sized Bits. Today our topic is very large, has lots of opinions, there's many different plans swirling around this topic. I would like to bring it down to small size bites of information. Want to know what our topic is today? Drum roll, please. Our topic for today is popular diets of today and nutrition buzzwords. There are so many opinions. There are so many diet plans. There are so many words like organic, non-GMO that can be confusing. But by the end of this episode today, you're going to know a little bit more about some diet plans out there today that are popular and some nutrition buzzwords that are swirling all around. Ready to get started? All right, let's go. The first diet we're going to talk about today is the Paleo Diet. Does anybody know what the Paleo Diet is? I'll give you a hint. Caveman diet. Yeah, I know. The Paleolithic era, which means when the cavemen were alive. So when you think of paleo, you think, okay, what could I hunt? What could I fish? What could I farm or gather? More of a gathering, but farming as well. So that's the idea. The idea is also processed food, canned, frozen, preserved, anything that is not in its natural state is off limits. Okay, so this diet would be high in protein, high in fiber, and very low in fat. Definitely no refined sugars or added sugars, no preservatives, anything like that. The idea with the paleo diet is that all processed food is off limits, is bad for you. It contributes to all the diseases we have, such as obesity, heart disease, diabetes. So processed food, definitely off the table. Low carbohydrates and an average amount of fat. Experts in this diet and those who follow the diet say there are many benefits. I'll list a few. Increased energy, and energy that is sustained from the food you eat. So you have a lasting energy, no highs and lows in your blood sugar. You will sleep better. Let's see, what else? It can help with depression and anxiety. Lots of benefits. Those are just mentioning a few. Another one that I agree with, it's a sustainable diet. It's something that you could choose to do and you can sustain it throughout your life. That's the first one, the paleo diet. The next popular diet I want to tell you about today is the ketogenic diet. You are probably familiar with it being called the Keto Diet. In the old days, it used to be called the Atkins diet. Now it's named after its scientific term, ketogenic. Basically, what ketogenic means is low carbohydrates. So what your diet will consist of is proteins and fats instead of carbs. It's low carbs, not no carbs, but low carbs. So proteins and fats. So the idea is that when you starve your body of carbohydrates, which is your main source of energy, your body will look for energy, and where it will find it is in your protein and your stored fat. So it's a short-term way of eating. Yeah, it's definitely short-term, but it produces results quick. What is the main result? Weight loss. That's the idea. There are lots of benefits to this diet if weight loss is your goal. Okay, so I wouldn't say it's very sustainable, but the benefits are you lose weight, you can have an increased and more even disbursement of energy because it takes a little longer for your body to digest proteins and fats. And another interesting benefit is that it can reduce the symptoms of IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, and many Americans have that. So it can reduce those symptoms and also help you in digestion. But once again, it's not really sustainable, and it's a short-term way of eating for a quick goal of weight loss. Next, I want to talk about the vegan diet. Vegan, basically no animal products. We're talking dairy, eggs, even honey. Now, vegans can have sugar, but why no honey? Bees, animal. That's why. Hardcore vegans, they do it because they want to avoid any animal cruelty or mistreatment of animals. So how does it work? Super simple. Avoid all animal-based products. You can eat a lot of things though. You can have fresh fruits, vegetables, and honestly, they don't even have to be fresh. You can have frozen or canned. Let's see what else. You can have grains, you can have legumes, seeds, nuts. You can have dairy alternative milk, such as coconut milk, soy milk. Let's see what else. Almond milk. There's even oat milk now, and that's okay. So basically, vegans stay away from all animal products. One of the things to be mindful of if you choose a vegan way to eat is protein. No animal products, so the vegan's intake of protein is compromised. A lot of vegans I've spoken with, they don't get enough protein, so they've had to learn what protein supplements work for their body to make sure they're getting what their body needs. Not too many carbs. They want to have it balanced because protein's really important as well. It can be sustainable depending on the reasons why you do it, really. Some benefits include you're eating lots of fruits, vegetables, grains. They're nutrient-dense foods. So your body gets a lot of nutrients. It needs vitamins, minerals, fiber, which is really good. Also, it's been linked to helping improve your kidney function, lower the risk of heart disease. So, that's just a little bit about the vegan way of life. The next diet I want to talk about is the vegetarian diet. Basically, vegetarians, they avoid meat, fish, and poultry. Now, some types of vegetarians do allow eggs and dairy products, and even some other animal products, like a vegetarian will eat honey. So there you go. Let's see, if you're a vegetarian, you also have the same struggle that a vegan way of eating may have. Because you're avoiding the meat, fish, and poultry, primarily, you may struggle with your protein intake. So you need to really educate yourself on protein alternatives, such as soy and other ones. Let's see, the difference between vegetarians and vegans. Basically, vegetarians, the primary difference is they only avoid meat, fish, and poultry. They allow themselves to eat eggs and have honey and dairy, like I mentioned before. So they're very similar, yet have some primary differences, which is the animal products. Let's see, benefits of a vegetarian way of life. Once again, many nutrient-dense foods that you do consume. It's been known to, if you eat this way, to lower the risk of any cardiovascular disease and also to lower the risk of different types of cancers. Let's see, also, you can lose weight on this diet, and it also helps with weight management. Now, is it sustainable? Once again, that's up to you. It depends on why you become a vegetarian. The choice is yours. Okay, the last diet I wanted to talk to you about today is the Mediterranean diet. A lot of people think that that's just associated with the country Greece because it's in the Mediterranean. However, this diet is influenced by many different European southern countries such as Spain, southern France, Portugal, and Italy. So it's not just hummus and pita, although that is included. Let's see, it's more of an eating pattern. It includes fish and poultry, healthy fats like olive oil, so you have the good oils and it's in their natural state, plant foods, you have beans and legumes and grains. So you can really eat a lot. What it doesn't include is a lot of red meat, so very low red meat, definitely no added or refined sugars, and not a large consumption of strong liquor. You know, balance. So it's low in those things and high in the other things. I really like this diet actually, and upon my research getting ready for this episode, I realized that I eat much like a Mediterranean style. It's very sustainable. There's a lot of do's and not a lot of don'ts. And it's about balance. So your body consumes all of the macronutrients in a balanced fashion for maximum energy. I really like this diet. Some other benefits of the Mediterranean diet include helping you maintain healthy levels of cholesterol. Also, it can help you with digestion, because you eat a lot of fiber in the foods that you consume, and you'll have a healthy colon, which your colon is basically your large intestine, okay? And then also, it helps you just have lower levels of any cardiovascular disease. Obesity is lowered, diabetes lowered, many benefits to this diet. You should check it out. I want to talk about some nutritional buzzwords. So many words come into play when you're trying to make healthy choices in the foods you eat. Okay, the first one, organic. What does organic mean? It means basically how the food is grown, the soil it's grown in, the seed it's grown with, the animals, what they eat, where they are raised, whether they're cage-free or they're grass-fed. So basically, organic means that anything you consume has never had any synthetic, which means man-made, any synthetic pesticides, herbicides, hormones, artificial flavors, preservatives, additives, chemicals, antibiotics. There's a lot that goes into getting certified to be organic. So organic basically means completely, wholesomely raised or farmed with no chemicals. Non-GMO, or people say, does it have GMOs? What does GMO mean? It means genetically modified organisms. Basically, it means you take a seed. Scientists do in laboratories. They take a seed and they'll crossbreed it with a different seed, or they'll enhance the seed with chemicals. Why would this happen? Well, it's about production. It's about money. It's about wheat. Let's talk about wheat. It's about growing wheat faster, bigger, and stronger, because the demand for wheat is large. So the quicker you produce it, the bigger you produce it, the more money you can make. Next buzzword, gluten. What is gluten? Gluten is found in grains, and it's the protein, and it's in wheat, rye, barley, and triticale. And that is a cross between wheat and rye. Basically, gluten helps the food maintain its shape. It's the gluten. It's the glue that keeps the food together. So, for example, bread. Why is your bread light and fluffy? Because of the gluten. Now, some people are gluten intolerant. So a lot of people are like gluten-free now, or they want to know if it's gluten-free. When you're gluten intolerant, this is very important, because what it means is your body cannot recognize, digest, and absorb the protein, the gluten. So it doesn't digest, basically, and it causes a lot of digestion problems, such as bloating. Some people are really gassy, they have constipation, or the opposite is true, they have diarrhea. So it's really important that you stay away from gluten if you are gluten intolerant, or even a severer gluten intolerance is celiac disease. Now, gluten-free does not mean it's more healthy, and it's not a way to lose weight. Actually, if you're not gluten intolerant or have celiac disease, you can eat those grains. It just depends on the quality of grain. dairy-free. You see this a lot of places. You see all these alternatives for milk, right? You have coconut milk, you have almond milk, soy milk, oat milk. Dairy has sugar, natural sugar in it called lactose. And our bodies have an enzyme that's called lactase. And that's the enzyme that breaks down the milk sugar lactose. So that's basically what it is. Why people are dairy-free is because they cannot digest the sugar, the lactose in milk. That's why some people are lactose intolerant. The last two buzzwords I want to talk about are raw and whole food sources. Raw food, what does that mean? It basically means it's never been refined, it's never been pasteurized, which means heated, and it's never been treated with any chemicals such as a pesticide. So raw, uncooked, unaltered, no chemicals. Whole food sources basically mean very similar to raw, but don't necessarily have to be raw. But I think of fruits and vegetables. I think of picking an apple off a tree. It's whole, it's complete. It's never been altered. It's never been cooked. Very similar. That's why I put those two words together. Now, raw is usually 90% of the time organic, has no chemicals. Now, whole food sources aren't necessarily organic. So if you're interested in organic produce, make sure it says certified organic. So there you have it. Lots of buzzwords. I hope it was helpful. That's a lot of information today, even though they're bite-sized bits. A lot of people ask me, okay, Amy, so what's your favorite diet? You know, are you on a diet? How do you eat? Well, I always say balance. My favorite diet, although I was a little partial to the Mediterranean diet, my favorite diet is the balanced diet. Basically, what does that mean? It means that you know your macronutrients, your carbohydrates, your proteins, your fat. You eat them balanced. You stay away from too much sugar, too much processed food, too much alcohol, all those kinds of things, and you drink a lot of water. Now, it's not only about what you put in your body. Total body wellness, the best balanced life you can have comes from your mind, your body, and your soul. So I say be active, take care of your heart, your inside, take care of what you put on the inside so that the outside will reflect the balanced diet. I'm so glad you joined me today for our Healthy Living Bite-Sized Bits episode. I hope you were able to pull some bits of information away that you can apply for all of your goals for living a healthy lifestyle. Until next time, bye! But the truest form of vegetarianism, is that a word? Anyway, the people... I needed help on that one. Okay, stop.